Okay, all you Batman fans out there, you are listening to the Night of the Batman, and this is Jim Starlin, who had a little bit to do with Batman along the way. Have a good one.
Hey, welcome to Night of the Batman. This is Amanda.
And I'm Alex.
Okay, so we are a little behind, but we're going to talk about Batman Day, which happened last Friday.
This is also, because of how long the gap it's been, this is also kind of going to function as like a Batman Forever review a little bit too.
Yeah, because that's what we saw on Batman Day. But for those of you who were unaware, on Friday, what is this month? September. Sorry, I know I'm not dumb. I'm just goofy. On Friday, September 20th, they released the first episode of the Penguin series on HBO Max because I refuse to call it Max because that is dumb.
Oh, are we talking about that? Or?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say like why Batman Day was a thing.
And okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, continue.
And so, in honor of that, or to promote that, however you want to look at it, a few series, theaters. I think it was AMC mostly.
Yeah, they had a special screening.
Yeah, they did special screenings of different Batman movies. So I know we went to a mall that was showing.
I knew about. Well, this is going to feed into this just because I think this is actually kind of funny.
I was going to tell all the titles it was running.
Oh, no, this is part of that. So I only knew about 89 and Batman Forever playing. What I didn't know when we went to the mall is that a certain movie was playing. So, like, quick story time, and then I'll let you continue. So we go over there and we're waiting for our movie to start, and this particular movie that was before Batman Forever, I've seen so many times I even know what the cheesy music that plays on the credits is. They were playing Mask of the Phantasm before, and I said, God damn it, I could have been seeing this instead of Batman Forever. Don't get me wrong, I love Batman Forever, I grew up with it, but objectively, Mask of the Phantasm is a better movie. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Yeah, so they played Batman 89, they played Mask of the Phantasm, and then they played Batman Forever. We went to Batman Forever because it's, it's husband's favorite of, like, the Schumacher movies.
Yeah, definitely. I grew up with it. It was one of those that it's clearly, it's marketed more towards kids. It's like a family movie. And so I remember watching it when my mom used to get her haircut. There would be like a VHS and I'd watch it over and over again. I remember my and I'm sure if you guys have heard some of this stuff is going to be me repeating things because I'm sure if you guys listen to the Batman Forever commentary, I've already mentioned this, but my grandma, well, first off, my grandma recorded Batman Returns and Batman Forever, but like with Batman Forever, back in the day, recording was not an exact science, and so like when she started recording it was during the radio detonator part where like Two-Face is taking over the circus that Dick Grayson is at. And so for the longest time, I think in my head, I just thought that was around the time the movie started. And so years later, when I saw a special presentation on ABC Family, I know, going way back, ABC Family, not Freeform, they were like, they showed it, I was like, wait, what the hell is all the rest of this stuff? Like, I had never seen those first few scenes. Like, I kind of knew about it, but like, it was one of those things where I was like, oh, there's like a whole nother part of this movie that I haven't seen before. But yeah, just funny story. Anyway, continue.
So yeah, we, like I said, we went to the showing of Batman Forever partially because it's his favorite and partially because it was the last one showing and we both had to work.
Yeah.
And I work I work a banker's schedule because I work for a bank. So I don't get off till 5. Luckily for him, I was working from home because I'm not a teller and I don't work in a branch. I do like back office stuff. So love that for me. Actually, no, like I do. Like I have a fantastic job. I what?
Nothing. You're good. Keep going. I was like, you're going like way off.
So anyway, yeah, we left a little bit early. The movie didn't start till 8, so we kind of like hung out at the mall, which was so nice. I miss mall culture, like from when I was a teenager. I have vivid memories of going to the mall like every weekend with my best friend, and we wouldn't even buy anything. We would just window shop and walk around, and like get Auntie Anne's at the food court. So anyway, I miss mall culture. I miss it so much. With that being said, we ended up like waiting for the movie, obviously, and as he said, he heard the credits for Mask of the Phantasm and was like, "What?"
Yeah, I wasn't like angry, but it was one of those things where it's just like, oh, I could have also seen this.
Yep. I think it's really cool though that comics or I'm gonna say pop culture, but like more so like nerd culture can really bring people together, because you know people who love Batman, and when they have a chance to speak to somebody else who loves Batman, you don't have to know the person, but you're gonna have like a good conversation and it's gonna be like enjoyable. Same thing with like people who love like different anime series. If I run into somebody and I'm wearing something with a Haikyuu reference on it, you better believe that if they know what it is and they like it, they're going to be like, I love that, blah, 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 because it happens all the time. And then you talk about your favorite characters and what you really like and what you don't like, and it's nice. That being said,
Common ground,
at the we saw a girl leaving the theater after watching Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah.
And then about 10 minutes later she walks back up and we realize she's going to Batman Forever, and we end up talking to this girl for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I guess so. Like it was a little bit, but yeah. Not to blow up someone's spot, but like she did drive all the way over there just because that was the closest place. I'm not gonna say where, but like that
She was from out of state.
Yeah, that's just because protecting people's privacy. But yeah, and so she drove over there to see all the movies basically, and it made like a day of it kind of thing, which I'm like. Kind of jealous. That sounds like an amazing day, just sitting in the movie theater watching a bunch of Batman movies that maybe you didn't get the opportunity to see the first time. And so like that was the cool thing for me with seeing it was the just finally seeing Batman Forever as it was meant to be seen on the big screen, because that definitely is like a blockbuster movie. And it was because when it originally came out, I was 3. So, like, realistically, there's no way.
What year did it come out?
95?
Oh, I was born that year. I thought it came out in 94.
No, 95.
Oh, yeah. I was born that year. So I wasn't even, like, 1. But I guess we're going to do a quick review of it. Or a review of the experience.
Yeah, we can kind of do that. But let me just ask you first, because people already know I love it. What do you think of Batman Forever?
So we all know that I don't like the Christopher Nolan Batman. I prefer like the original like 4 movies. My favorite is Batman and Robin. So obviously I really enjoyed this as well because Robin, it's got my boy in it, and I think this had a lot of good comedic moments, and it didn't take itself too seriously, which I appreciate because I don't like gloomy, serious Batman. I like high camp. So I had a fun time. My one complaint is I don't like how they did the makeup for Two-Face, but like...
It's fair.
Also, can we talk? They had Drew Barrymore. I always forget that Drew Barrymore's in there. And I'm just
That's not where I thought you were going with that, but keep going.
Oh, what do you think I was going to say?
No, finish your point, and then I'll say what I thought you were going to go into.
I'm just like, the whole time, I'm like, God, she's so pretty. She's so pretty.
You can call me whatever you want. That's a line that she says in it to Bruce, but yeah.
But yeah, I am so sorry.
You're good.
I enjoyed it, though. I generally like the movie. I like I don't like the costume, but I like the characterization of the Riddler in this. I think he's funny and zany, and I like when his name is Edward Nygma. I love that because I think it's so like cheesy. So when they anytime they change his last name, I'm just like, cowards. Producers who change his last name are cowards.
Well, it actually comes from like comics too. Like they change it.
Comic writers who change the last name are cowards who can't commit to camp.
It's not all different tones. Anyway,
I don't care.
So what I thought you were going to say was I thought you were going to talk about some of the romantic dialogue in the movie. And what you thought of it, because like you're not alone in this. So go ahead. I give you the floor.
I forgot how bad the like banter writing was. Like writing of banter in the 90s and early aughts. Bruh.
I can provide examples.
Please do.
I'm an open book. Do you read? Like what?
And the line deliveries also were so terrible. I don't know if it was poor direction or what. Oh my god.
Not to be this guy, but it is a gay man directing like a straight relationship, so maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to come up with excuses for a movie I really, really like.
No, it was just, it was such, ooh. It's so cringy, and
She grabs his leather boobs, basically, like in that one scene on the roof where she just like grips like his like chest area.
And then the scene where he like goes to her as Batman, trying to figure out if she wants Batman or Bruce, and she sends him away, and then he turns around and he smiles.
I love that moment.
What?
You know what my dad said? He walked back in the day when I used to watch that all the time. My dad, he's a goofy guy. He would like, he poked his head in during the scene where they're like kissing in like that bedroom, and he was like, "Oh, smoochy," like that. And I was like, "Dad, get out of here!" Like I remember that like from when I was a little kid. But yeah, I just like I have a lot of like good memories attached to this. Speaking of, I used to have I know I've talked about this before. I used to have a Two-Face figure, and the dog chewed the foot off it, so my dad reconstructed a foot with like using duct tape and everything, and I thought it was so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, keep going now.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I think I've only seen like one live action Two-Face that I really like. And that was on television. So
Wait, who was it?
Misha Collins.
Oh, okay. I was like, I completely blanked.
Yeah.
We need more big dent energy in this.
Why does DC do television shows so much better than it does movies?
Well, to be fair, television shows have a lot more time to unravel like the narrative and everything, and kind of just like lay it out more. Like they have more time for like small moments and like character moments too, and so maybe that's it.
I'm a character girly. Like I'm not an action girly. We know this.
Like a lot of people are.
But you know, I enjoyed it. I don't have anything bad to say other than the dialogue. The dialogue.
Oh yeah, cut me loose.
I can't. So babe, how was experiencing one of your favorite movies in the theaters with your favorite human being?
So, now that it's my turn, I've seen this movie.
Answer my question.
Huh?
Answer my question.
It was fun. I'm launching. You said you were cutting me loose. So like, hold on. It was really fun seeing it with you. But so I've seen this movie so many times that I was quoting the movie and just like smiling the whole time. Like, and the cool thing with like seeing it on a big screen is the speakers. Like you could like feel like the Batmobile like move and stuff like that. Like it's pretty cool because of how they had the sound. I could quote this movie all day. One of my favorite characters is Stickley, the the manager of Edward Nygma in that. Like just particularly his line delivery where he's like, "What the hell is going on here?" And then he's like, "Back to work." Edward, like that. Like I love that stuff. Like I love some of the goofier, kind of wilder moments, but also I've seen. Well, go ahead.
It gave J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, sure. And so I've seen this movie so many times, and I recently got to see the assembly cut like a few years ago. And so that one puts all of the deleted scenes back in there. There's a lot of stuff. I'm really hoping that the Schumacher cut gets released. As we were recording, I think a week or so back, someone paid to have a plane with like a little like banner attached to it saying release the Schumacher cut Batman Forever. And so like I'm hoping, I know at some point they had talked about releasing it, but yeah, it's a whole different experience if you ever have the opportunity to see the assembly cut / want to see the deleted scenes. It's definitely a deeper movie, but I still love this movie. I still like I did notice different things though. Like even though I still really do love this movie, there were moments when I was watching it where there was like some dubbing issues where like their mouths weren't moving, or like some other, you notice the cuts more when you're seeing it on like a big screen, like how some of the music doesn't necessarily flow into like one scene to the other, which was kind of noticeable to me and like interesting. Like I don't know, there's definitely flaws to it. Like don't get me wrong, it's not a perfect movie, but I don't care. Like I grew up with this movie. I love this movie. The only thing that was really grating was the Tommy Lee Jones performance, and I think you also shared that sentiment too. Like that you really needed, and other people have said this too, but you really needed like a straight man. Um, like he needed, like I think even like Andrew from Superhero Stuff You Should Know said this at one point, but you need like him to be more like his Men in Black persona for Tommy Lee Jones, where he's more serious. And the character, apparently according to the script, that's how the character was supposed to be. But him and Jim Carrey, if you haven't heard this story before, so Tommy Lee Jones just did not vibe with Jim Carrey at all. He was out to lunch one time and he saw Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones gets up. I think I'm telling the story right. Anyway, correct me in the comments. But so like he gets up and sits down and he's just like, I really like, he's like all the life had been drained from his face is what Jim Carrey says, and he's just like staring at him and he's like, I really don't like you. Like I really hate you or something like that's what he was saying. He's like, I cannot sanction your buffoonery, is what he said to Jim Carrey, which is one of the most, like, I could totally picture Tommy Lee Jones, eternal grumpy grandpa Tommy Lee Jones, saying that to someone. Like, I think they just didn't vibe, and he maybe felt a little bit insecure because of, like, you know, like Jim Carrey, like with the energy level, he was worried maybe that he would be outshone by him, and so like he overcompensated, but it came across false and like not like
Gaudy.
yeah, it's just not true to that character. Like he was just like a laughing idiot in that movie, and I'm like, it's disappointing because like the first scene, it's a little bit more subtle when he's first introduced, where he's like flipping the coin. He has like that quiet moment where he's talking about like, oh, then this happens and this happens. He's like, one man dies, blah blah blah, and I just wish that they showed the Harvey, and because you only see glimpses of Harvey. If they had played a little bit more with that, I feel like it would have been like a deeper character performance. But this isn't really Two-Face. He at one point during the movie, and we're gonna assume you've seen it. If you haven't, it came out in '95. You've had plenty of time to see it, but
29 years to be exact.
yeah, and so there's one part where he's trying to flip a coin so that he can get the result he wants, so that he can shoot Bruce, basically.
Harvey doesn't do that. Two-Face does not flip the coin more than once. And if you're playing him that way, then you don't even need the coin because you're losing the whole gimmick.
Yeah, and the thing is like I don't know, like I almost feel like you might not have even needed Two-Face in this, to be honest. I feel like Riddler was enough of a presence in this that you didn't necessarily need it, but I think they wanted two villains when they were making this. And so yeah, like all that being said though, I am very biased, and it might be nostalgia goggles. I don't know, but like this is a deeper movie. There is more like psychologically going on. It goes into the character's psychology in a way up until that point had not been done. And if you watch the deleted scenes, like at least watch the deleted scenes, you see that he blames himself because there's a moment in the actual movie where he says like I killed them, and then like Alfred's like, what did you say? And he's like, Two-Face, he murdered that boy's parents. He's like, no sir, you said I killed them. And like it's the whole thing of like Bruce blames himself for like his parents' death. Like he thinks that like he has this false memory where he assumes that them going to the movies that night because he insisted was his fault, but he finds out later through like discovering the journal that's like I think I'm gonna paraphrase here. His dad says something like, "Bruce wants to go to the movies tonight, but me and Martha are dead set on seeing this, so Bruce's cartoons will have to wait." Is what he's saying, and he like tearfully like says, like tears streaming down his face. He's like, "Not my fault. It wasn't my fault." Like it's like this thing, and then at the end he decides to basically be Batman, like he says in the movie, not because he has to be, but now because he chooses to be. Like if that had been included and the stuff with the bat had been included too, people would be fundamentally looking at this movie differently and wouldn't lump it in with Batman and Robin. I do like Batman and Robin, but people lump these two movies together like they're the same movie. Go ahead.
So obviously Batman and Robin is my favorite, so I'm biased, and I think it's a good thing to be counted with the best Batman movie of all time.
Do you like it because you grew up with it?
No, I like it because it's visually appealing in a way that most Batman movies aren't. I like it because there's actually like a strong woman who's not just like there for Bruce's like sexual like fantasies or whatever. I don't like Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman there. I said it.
Why not?
I don't know. I just don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I genuinely do like Poison Ivy though, and I like the performance that I forgot her name.
Who are we talking? Tell me the character, and I'll tell you who
Arnold
it is.
Schwarzenegger
and Uma Thurman.
Yeah. I like her Poison Ivy. I think like Poison Ivy was iconic in that movie. She was the best part of that movie. I like Stupid Bane. I love Stupid Bane. I know that he's supposed to be the super smart drug lord, but I love Dumb Bane.
Well, not drug lord, just
thug.
I guess like strategist.
But he's like doesn't he like sell drugs and like he sells his like Bane serum?
I think it's all for him. I think he's an addict. I'm pretty sure he's an addict. Like that's the thing about him.
Anyway, I love Dumb Bane. Like Bane in Batman and Robin is like I love it.
Do you know why he's in that movie?
I know it's because the director's nephew's favorite
Godchild, but yeah.
I love Bane in the Harley Quinn series because he's stupid. I love stupid men who get bossed around by women.
There's not another chair here for me.
I love stupid men who get bossed around by women. And that is why Batman and Robin is superior. Because in no other Batman movie do you have stupid men getting bossed around by women.
I mean, Bane in Dark Knight Rises is ultimately like answering to a woman like
yeah, but the plot twist is like yeah.
That movie's not good. You're not gonna offend me by saying that like
I hate that whole I wish Christopher Nolan had never touched the Batman series, like any Batman related anything. I hate it. I hate it.
You can't see this, but I'm like wincing right now. It's okay. Like
it is a god awful trilogy that deserves to burn.
We're here to review Batman Forever.
Anyway, so with that being said, I like Batman Forever because it's kind of like a prelude to the best Batman movie. It like ushers in this beautiful Batman era of high camp and silliness.
That lasted one movie.
And we deserve so many more.
There was other plans afterwards, that like, if you're looking for like a resource for that, like Superhero Stuff You Should Know had a whole thing about it, about like the plans for like the future Batman movies. They were, I think, gonna have like Scarecrow and like and like Man-Bat in the next one. I've read the script. It's really good.
I lied.
It's called Batman Dark Knight. But Dark Knight is like one word, though.
I lied to you. One good thing did come out of the Nolan movies.
What?
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow's good. I really like Heath Ledger's Joker.
I hate the Joker. I don't think that I'm ever gonna like a Joker. I hate the Joker. I hate clowns. I think
Well, that's because you have a
overdone.
phobia, so that's like understandable. But yeah, like we really enjoyed this. Obviously, like it's a fun movie. It's one of those like it's a popcorn movie. And like that's fine. Like not everything has to be this super deep thing, but also this does have like deeper elements to it too, which is enjoyable. Like it was the first movie / like thing that wasn't part of the comics to do something like that, and I think that needs to be highlighted more. And yeah, so we both really enjoy it. We don't really do ratings for these, but
no, I do apologize for derailing and just ranting for a little bit.
you're good. This was more of a laid back kind of discussion kind of thing. Like this is probably going to be more one of our more laid back talks. It's a little bit less like less like frameworky. We're just mostly just describing, and this is actually a re-review. I reviewed this movie already. I didn't go back to see what my thoughts were on the old Night of the Batman. Back when Dark Knight Rises was coming out, I did like a tie-in thing where I was just reviewing all the Batman movies that came before, just because I'd never reviewed them. And I've come a long way, guys. I started recording on like a little MP3 player, and it was like it sounded really bad. And now I have like a Blue Yeti mic and all this other stuff. So like, yeah, it's like just keep at it and like, you know, yeah. But that's it for me. Unless you had any other things you wanted to talk about before we wrapped it up.
Nope, I'm good. I'm ready to take a nap.
All right. Trying to think of a clever thing to say, something that ties into Batman Forever as like a thing.
Catch you in the cave next time.
That's no.
You can join us and the other bats at the Belfry.
What the hell is going on here? Anyway, we will come up with the outro
Eventually.